Hence the boob rockets that my husband lovingly made for me, that I realize it's like so weird. I just want to adjust my rockets all the time.
Best convention experience, like overall?
I think 2 years ago I was Coraline, and
yeah,
and I went into like the Leica Studios thing, and I saw like all the dolls. It was super cool.
This is actually my first convention.
2 years ago, I actually got to meet Chris Hemsworth. So what ended up happening was he asked me, he's like, who was I? I said, I'm you, supersized.
I've done a lot of conventions. I have been embraced by Arnold Schwarzenegger while he whispers sweet nothings in my ear.
I was dressed as Mr. Meeseeks, and I was in line to go into the Adult Swim experience, and Adult Swim people walked by and they grabbed me and they brought me into the Adult Swim experience. I didn't have to wait in line at all, and I got to dance around and be Mr. Meeseeks.
I have been a unicorn married by the Outlander Street Team.
I got to flirt with Bruce Campbell from Army of Darkness in one of the panels. We had a moment.
Honestly, it's a little touching. I saw Stan Lee way before he passed, like 7 years ago.
Oh my god!
He just gave me like a really solid handshake. He's like, you're a good kid. I was like,
Hugs from Samuel Jackson while I was telling him riddles.
That one takes a cake. You're giving me so much information in this 10-minute interview.
So what are your top 3 movies of 2019?
Well, of course I gotta go with something with me in it. Well, sort of me. Avengers Endgame, phenomenal movie, great payoff, a lot of fan service there.
Endgame, of course, because all of the feels associated with Endgame, you know, you got me crying every 10 minutes in that movie.
I couldn't contain myself.
I loved Endgame. I saw it opening night, opening show, and then I went the next day and the day after.
Believe it or not, I actually enjoyed Spider-Man Far From Home a little more than I did Endgame.
I just saw Spider-Man Far From Home, and are you kidding me? It was sensational.
Spider-Man Far From Home, just enjoyed it through to through.
like I saw Spider-Man, I loved it.
Oh my gosh, Spider-Man, Far From Home. I have never grinned so hard. Like the whole time, it was a perma smile.
What is your favorite video game?
Okay, so I teach video game design at a university.
I know this is kind of a dumb choice, but Luigi's Mansion.
That is not a dumb choice. That game is bomb.
My all-time favorite game is Mass Effect 2.
Ooh, I started
Commander
Mass Effect 1.
Shepard is just the strongest female character in any game I've ever played.
I love Mega Man. Love all the Mega Man. I was a Mega Man junkie, like the whole...
Blue is wonderful. No, Mega Man is great and one of the more challenging series out there.
For me, it's Witcher and like Dragon Age, Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, I like to be fully immersed where like I forget to eat for 4 days.
For me, it was things like Ultima 1 on my Apple II Plus. That still having to switch discs and such in your 5 1/4 drives, actual floppy drives.
Pokemon. Above everything else. Like I have a Bulbasaur tattoo on my like shoulder. You can't see it right now.
Right.
But like I adore Pokemon from like the womb to the tomb.
I didn't really ever get into Pokemon because it was like just after I hit my teens.
All the sitcoms, what has the best theme song?
It's Friends. Friends.
It would be DuckTales. Exactly.
I feel like that's pretty easy. It has to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Who
Lovely
doesn't know every word?
Yes.
I'm a 90s kid.
Give me a little. Give me a little.
Oh, absolutely not.
Job's a joke, you broke. You left life be away.
I want to say Steven Universe. Just the ukulele of it, just It's just so pretty.
I'd say Gravity Falls because every time I would just I hum along.
Yeah. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Ooh.
That one is mad. It's like absolutely crazy.
It's baller. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely baller.
What is it?
Absolutely baller.
Finish, fill in the blank. All right. Cosplay needs more
acceptance.
A little bit more acceptance with cosplaying tight.
What we could always use more is accepting and understanding. There's a lot of what I call the cosplay police, where they say you can't cosplay that or be that because either you don't look like the character.
It's a hard world to put yourself out there and to become a character that you care so much about, only for people to look at you and be like, well, you don't fit that standard of that character.
I noticed that a lot of the time people cosplay outside of what they look like. Sometimes people get a little bit weird about that, and I feel like it would be a lot better if people just accepted, like, you can cosplay anybody that you want. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, you can be anybody.
We need more minority roles. We need more of the LGBT community. We need just more of everyone. The world isn't black and white. We just need everything, a mix-up, a mash-up, love.
For me, cosplay needs more diversity. And for me, it's more representation of some of the less popular characters. I love cosplaying characters of color because I think there needs to be more representation of those characters, not just because I have color, but also because I think those characters, whenever I look amongst the sea of cosplays and what's being shown, it needs more of like, these are positive, good characters that in too many, especially from animation and stuff from anime, are side characters, are support characters, are almost never main characters. So I'm proud and happy to provide more of that.
I'm probably gonna have to say Space Invaders.
Alright,
I grew up with it. We had the multiplayer on my Super Nintendo.
If they have it, always The Simpsons. Let's go play at Sims Arcade, get a couple friends, gather around, get us Bart skateboarding.
Miss Pac-Man, actually.
Yes.
Add the bow and all the rest of those characters, and it just made my day.
Here tonight, I think I went straight to the Super Mario Brothers, but normally it's gonna be skee-ball.
Normal skee-ball.
Yeah, a little more physical action.
Physical action, get that rolling action, missing those hoops, getting those pins all the time.
So geek shaming, fact or fiction?
I would say fact. As a girl who loves comic books, who grew up watching animated series of like Batman and Spider-Man and things like that, everybody always thinks that I got into this because of a boyfriend or a guy or somebody else. It's really because I love the culture. I love everything about it.
I'd also say fact because, you know, I've experienced a lot of that as a Star Wars fan. You got people asking like the more obscure questions about the series, and honestly, like, even though I personally know a lot about the series, some people get into it for different reasons. They don't necessarily know all of the like little intricacies of it, and that doesn't make them any less of a fan.
It's kind of a little bit of both, because for a long time, the nerd was Screech or somebody who's totally not popular. But I remember a couple of years ago when one of the businesses downtown here said, oh great, the nerds are coming for a week. And the apology started coming because that was the only business that had nobody in it the whole week of Comic-Con. So the geek is more empowered now. Now it's cool to be a geek.
I agree with you that it's now kind of trending. It's cool to be geek. Geek chic is what it's called. Her universe is now a thing. We have women's geek wear that we're now wearing. That's not just an oversized or short, shrunken men's t-shirt. But then I still see some resistance, like within the geek community, of like, are you a real nerd? Are you just pretending? Is this a mask? Are you a cos model?